Hey, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. This is Chris Shomeyr, also known as Yehudah ben Shomeyr, and welcome to the Weekly Way, your weekly devotional commentary on the Torah, half Torah, and Brit Chadasha portion. Today we have combined Torah portions number 42 and 43, Mattot-Massei, taken from Numbers chapter 30, verse 2, all the way to chapter 36, verse 13. And we're going to read Numbers 31, 1 through 12, and it says, "The Lord spoke to Moses, execute vengeance for the Israelites against the Midianites. After that, you will be gathered to your people." So Moses spoke to the people, "Equip some of your men for war. They will go against Midian to inflict the Lord's vengeance on them. Send 1,000 men to war from each Israelite tribe." So 1,000 were recruited from each Israelite tribe out of the thousands in Israel, 12,000 equipped for war. Moses sent 1,000 from each tribe to war. They went with Phinehas, or Pinchas, the son of Eleazar the priest, in whose care were the holy objects and the signal trumpets. They waged war against Midian as the Lord had commanded Moses and killed every male. Along with the others slain by them, they killed the Midianite kings Evi, Rechem, Zur, Hor, and Reba, the 5 kings of Midian. They also killed Balaam, son of Beor, with the sword. The Israelites took the Midianite women and their dependents captive, and they plundered all their cattle, flocks, and property. Then they burned all the cities where the Midianites lived, as well as their encampments, and they took away all the spoils of war and the captives, both people and animals. They brought the prisoners, animals, and spoils of war to Moses. The priest Eleazar and the Israelite community at the camp on the plains of Moab by the Jordan across from Jericho. You know, sometimes, like salmon, you have to swim upstream. Sometimes, when you try at peace, war is the last resort and only alternative. As Ecclesiastes says, there is a time for war and a time for peace. In this Torah portion, we see Moses, by God's command, had turned and waged war on his father-in-law's people. Apparently, when Jethro converted and went back to his people as a missionary of sorts, he had no luck in turning the leadership away from pagan gods unto Adonai, the God of Israel. We know Jethro's efforts failed because a few chapters prior, we see the elders of Midian paying Balaam to curse Israel, but to no avail. So as a result, Midian became ripe for punishment from God by the hands of Israel. Now, Jeremiah points out in chapter 1, verses 1 all the way to chapter 2, verse 3, and hints that if Israel would have broken Torah and became wicked like the nations around them, God would have allowed Midian to overcome Israel. Just as he did when Judah and Israel fell into idolatry, he caused them to go into Babylonian and Assyrian captivity respectively. Yeshua tells us that when we tell others about Torah and Messiah, sometimes there comes a point when we just need to walk away. Matthew 10, 12 through 15 says, "And when you come into a house, salute it. And if the house is worthy, let your shalom, let your peace come upon it. But if it is not worthy, let your peace return to you. And whosoever shall not receive you, nor hear your words, when you depart out of that house or city, shake off the dust of your feet. Verily I say unto you, it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom and Gomorrah in the day of judgment than for that city." In the next Torah portion in our reading, we sit as if with a photo album or a scrapbook, and we look back on all the journeys and wanderings of Israel. Why? To recall all the lessons learned. Israel learned something at each encampment and stop on the way. Just like looking through a photo album or scrapbook reminds us of something that happened on a trip, whether good or bad. Jeremiah chapter 2 verses 4 through 8 calls us to question why we stray from God when we should remember all the good things that God has done for us and what he has brought us through. Yeshua's brother Yaakov, James, tells us in James 4:10, "Humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord, and he shall lift you up." How do we humble ourselves to obtain God's favor? When we remember all the good things that God has done for us that we surely didn't deserve. Hey, thanks so much for listening. Go out there and have a great day. Shabbat Shalom, Shavua Tov, God bless. Abraham'sDescendants.com, getting back to the 1st century in a 21st century way. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to press the like button as well as the subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and the notification bell that'll let you know every time I make a new video. And don't forget to share this with a friend. Also, visit our website at abrahamsdescendants.com. Thanks. Shalom. Thanks for watching. Stay connected by subscribing to our other social media accounts and visiting our website at abrahamsdescendants.com.